Welcome back to another episode of the League of Hustlers. You already know what it is. This is a very special episode in preparation for an amazing event that's coming up. In the next couple of weeks on January 15th. Something special is coming. Stay tuned. Make sure you watch the full episode. Let's get right into it. All right. I'm your co-host, HT.
And I'm CD Barnes.
And this is the League of Hustlers. And today we are joined with none other than Jay Murray from HAPI Hood Podcast. HAPI Hood Podcast. It's a momentous occasion, man. It's been a while.
It's
been a while since you've been on the show. I don't even think we had video then, right? We weren't doing.
I was going to say, like, this. Why haven't we done this already?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. But HAPI Hood, man. So tell us about HAPI Hood. Tell us about what the mission is, what it's about, and then we can lead into this vision board gathering, virtual vision board gathering meeting that's coming up. So tell us about HAPI Hood,
man. First, before we do that, man, I just definitely want to give a hustler salute, you know what I'm saying, to HT, CD Barnes, man, League of Hustlers, man. Y'all doing an amazing job of providing really rich content, you know, to really help entrepreneurs, give them inspiration and give them some really good nuggets that they can use to really bring their business, their vision to fruition, man. So again, I just want to give a hustler salute. I know y'all do that a lot, you know what I'm saying here. So I want to make sure I do that. And definitely I'm super excited to now be in the league, you know, to be in the league with League of Hustlers.
In the league,
you know? But first and foremost, Jay Murray, your favorite neighbor, founder of HAPI Hood. HAPI Hood is a purpose-driven lifestyle brand. We believe in three things. We believe in connecting with like-minded individuals, like League of Hustlers and others. We believe in cultivating ideas, purpose, and passion, and which we'll be talking about that a little bit later. And then lastly, we believe in building communities that are centered around health, honoring our mind, body, and spirit, agape, demonstrating God's love to the world, power, continuing with self-learning, and lastly but not least, institute, fostering a community-based economy. So that's pretty much what HAPI Hood is. Like I said, it's a purpose-driven lifestyle brand. It's been in existence for now almost 2.5 years. We kicked things off with the podcast to continue to just provide that rich content to motivate and inspire individuals. Then we got some other things that's coming up very soon, like the vision board.
Right. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, HAPI Hood, right?
Yeah.
HAPI Hood is you breeze through it, but when you look at the actual things, but what's your Instagram handle?
HAPI_Hood.
Right, HAPI_Hood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you look at the content that you're putting out, we're gonna have to do a hustle salute on you to really go into and talk about the things that HAPI Hood does, right? You got the scripture and squats, right? You got the live podcast recaps, right? I think the last one was at McFly Fresh over at Camp North End. If you're in the Charlotte area, check out McFly Fresh. Dope events, dope scripture and squats, which happens every Saturday, right? And so you ain't talking about it, you actually executing on this stuff. There's a lot of talk that goes on, but one thing that I've known you for decades at this point, one thing that you're definitely known for is actually taking action, right? And executing. And make sure you follow HAPI, HAPI_Hood, at Instagram, Facebook, all the different places, TikTok and all of that, and actually see what's going on, right? Because this is about, like you said, community pulling stuff together, right? And bringing folks together. And I've been to a lot of the different, events and stuff like that. So it's one thing to just put stuff out there like, I do this and I do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people talk, but this brother be actually executing on stuff. All right, so I didn't want to let you just breeze past that so easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that, man. Like I say, this been it's somewhat of a ministry. You know, it's somewhat of what I feel God's calling me to do. And as I said, you know, just connecting with like-minded individuals to continue to really uplift each other. You know, I know that can really sound cliche,
right?
In terms, you know, like uplift each other and everything. But I think, you know, what is occurring right now in our society, man, we need definitely more support of each other.
Right.
More support of your ideas, exchanging ideas together, and really building something, right? And when I think about, you know, the build part, it's not just something that comes from HAPI Hood, but it's basically like supporting a League of Hustlers, you know, subscribing to you all's YouTube page, making sure, you know, purchasing merchandise, because that continues to build a community, right? So it's definitely, you know, a lot more that we can talk about, but I think overall, to put it in simple terms, man, we are a purpose-driven lifestyle brand, and we want to make sure that we continue to be committed to the betterment of humanity,
right?
You know, and we do that by connecting, cultivating, and building.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
hey, that's beautiful, man. A lot of that stuff, you know, at League of Hustlers, we talk a lot about entrepreneurship and being ambitious and goal driven and all of that. But there's another part of, you know, we kind of talk about that a lot, but I like what you have going on here because it's kind of like those foundational components that you really need, you know what I mean, in order to make all of that other stuff work, you know what I mean? So we talk about that some as well, but we talk a lot more about ambition and entrepreneurship and everything. But a lot of that, you know, what you're describing sounds like, to me, those foundational components, you know, that kind of empower you to be able to get to those next levels. Definitely. Being able to, you know, set up a community, to establish, you know, a network, and to be supportive of each other, to kind of put you in having that mind state. A lot of it's about mind state, man. So I think that's really awesome what you have going on. Definitely a beautiful project, beautiful thing that you're doing, man. Really cool stuff.
Appreciate it, man. And just to kind of expound on that, you know, I think you hit it right on the nail. Values. You know, I think, you know, I'm 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? I know I don't listen, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was definitely during that time we talking about building your mental, right? Having that mindset. And there was a period in my life where I had to reassess my values, you know, really kind of unlearn the things that were taught to me up to that period. You're right. And really now kind of peel that off and really reassess who is Jay Murray, Jonathan Murray. Like, what do I stand for? What are my values? And when I thought about that, it was pretty much understanding that there were similar individuals that probably felt the same way.
For sure.
You know, so definitely I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Hey, that's I think we all had to go through that process. Once you get, you know, to a certain age or a certain, you know, some people, they get older, but they're not necessarily growing or maturing. Yeah. And, you know, that's a part of that process. Some of that stuff, like you said, is you have to unlearn some things, you know what I mean? You have to kind of pull off some of those bad habits and layers and, you know what I mean? Kind of things that are, that you've learned. You know, you have to unlearn and kind of replace them with some of this new information that you're getting, to, you know, establish some new good habits that's going to help you put you where you want to be, which kind of, to me, like, you know, the foundation of that whole, the whole vision and having a vision and a vision board. You know, you can set up a vision all you want to, but when it boils down to it, the actual work that has to be done is going to start there. You know what I mean? With kind of pulling off some of those old layers that don't help facilitate your new vision. You know, and that's, you know, but it's just a part of maturing and becoming a man or a woman. You know what I mean? Is if you have a vision and you're actually trying to get there, you're going to have to kind of go through that process. Okay, who do I have to become, you know what I mean, to make this vision come to fruition? And a lot of that is going to be pulling off some of that stuff that doesn't fit anymore. We don't have room for that anymore.
Come on, message.
We don't have, don't fit no more, man. You outgrew those shoes, man. So I'm definitely excited about the vision board gathering, starting a new year. It's exciting, man. I look forward to it. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, man. And it's like you said, it's that growth, right? And growing into whoever you want to become, whoever that vision is, right? That vision of you that you have, right? And leading right into the event that's coming up, virtual event on January 15th, right? Who are you gonna grow into for 2022? What's your vision for 2022?
Yeah.
Right? The Bible says to write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
Right? And having a vision board, well, first and foremost, setting a vision, right? Secondly, using like a vision board to help build your vision is a critical tool, right? So tell us about the event that's coming up on January 15th, right? A couple of weeks. And I see you got a few different folks there, some real notable people. So just tell us about the event briefly, and then we can jump into the importance of the vision board,
definitely, man. So the event is a virtual vision board, and we are pretty much doing it with the ability to listen and get inspired from what I would say thought leaders. Okay. Thought leaders like you and C.D. Barnes around entrepreneurship. We have others, Rebecca Taylor with Taylor Executive Coaching.
Okay.
To discuss around career navigation. We have Yasmin Burris to talk about self-care, and wellness, and how do you set that as a goal? How does that fit within your vision personally? And then we have marketing and branding by Yewande and Oni from Yo Consulting Group.
Those some heavy hitters, man.
Yeah. And the idea, which we did this last year, and we got some great response. We did it in a more intimate setting, where I told just a collective of friends and really just experimenting, with the idea, because I would say this, and I'm gonna be very, transparent. At one point, I thought vision board was straight up like
some bullshit.
yeah. I mean, if I could be honest, in the league, it was pretty.
Only can be honest in the league.
It was pretty much. I took it as a perspective. This is something that women do, and again, nothing against women that does this, and
but we learning,
we learn, that make a pretty little canvas or pretty thing about it,
like scrapbooking or something.
Exactly, like scrapbooking, and really sipping some wine and just doing that. And I felt when I did it, and I'm gonna come back to this as we talk about the thought leaders. But when I did it, it helped me to set my intentions. Right. So one thing I want to do is, do it from perspective of being very intentional. When we think about far as the most common, and I'm saying this just being general, the most common vision or goals individuals have when they enter the new year, when you think about New Year resolutions, is about one, entrepreneurship, which that's now, think about the gig economy. Everyone, side hustlers and everybody is now having something that they're doing. You think about career navigating, when you think about now post-pandemic, which I don't know if we can really still say that, but not quite. When you think about how to navigate in this post-pandemic environment, right? How do you move towards and think about, your career? Right. And then secondly, and when I think about, not secondly, but self-care, there's been, I think over the last year, there's been a very more emphasis on self-care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? More emphasis on self-care. And then lastly, the business branding, right? How you're using social media. And I say all those things were, the intention was to help stir up individuals' inspiration and motivate them on how to really think through what your vision what you would want your vision to be. And to your point, where you want to grow at. You know, I think when we talk about vision board, when we talk about new resolutions and all this other stuff, how do you want to kind of use it? Sometimes we get a lot of scatterbrain, man. You know, I want to, you know, I want to get a Bentley. Well, you got to first get a Honda first. You know what I'm saying? Or first, you got to, you know, pay down your debt. You know what I'm saying? Right. So really,
you got to get your finances.
You got to get your finances in order, right? And I think this was really me really trying to get very intentional and very strategic on how we are building in 2022. What is our vision and how we want to get there?
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's also one thing that I would say that we're gonna be able to bring to the table. So we're gonna be presenting as well, and we're gonna give you guys a sneak peek, right, into the League of Hustlers 2022 whole vibe, okay? Right? So make sure that you're there. At this virtual vision board gathering, make sure that you're there, because we're going to be giving you guys some really deep, game-changing, step-by-step, just laying it all out for you, steps on how to achieve those visions, right? And like you were saying, a lot of people just talk about it. They'll throw out an arbitrary goal without actually developing the plans. Like, we'll make the vision board, right? We'll cut the pictures out, or we'll paste the pictures, right? But do we actually lay out the steps on how to get there? Yeah. Right? And so that's what we're going to bring to the table on January 15th, 2022. All right, so be there or be square. And you can go to happyhood.com to register, right? That's
Happy Hood, HAPI Hood, HOOD.com. You can register there.
Yeah. So, I'm going to cut you off. So you were talking about the benefits of a vision board, right?
Yeah.
And what it is. And so what are some additional benefits of a vision board?
I think one of the biggest benefits is motivation and inspiration. Okay. You know, when you think about, like, in this time of the year, we're all going through a reflection moment. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is needed. And as I got older, I have found the benefit or really have enjoyed the moments to reflect. And that's to reflect on not only the good stuff, reflect on the bad stuff.
Talk to me now.
You know what I'm saying? Really take time to reflect. And this is one, when you're doing a vision board, you're able to take those things and really say, okay, here's what I want to do. Here's where I see myself. So we talking about what it motivates you. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. What's going to motivate you? What's going to be your why? Right. You know what I'm saying? What's going to be your why? What's going to help you to get up?
Purpose.
Your purpose.
What's going to give you that purpose?
What's going to give you that purpose? So one, it gives you that purpose. Secondly, it allows you to gain clarity. And I'm going to say that again, gain clarity. Clarity is my word for 2022. Okay. And really, it was pretty much, I found myself just kind of all over the place. Right. You know what I'm saying? And at times, I guess I'm a visionary. And when I see things, you know, it's the small steps that I need help with. You know what I'm saying? Right. And sometimes I want to go from A to Z.
So it's the executables that you need to switch focus.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So gaining that clarity and understanding how many things I'm going to be juggling. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do it all. Right? So the vision board helps you to get a clarity on what do you want to do? Right. You know what I'm saying? Gain that clarity. And then from there, it helps you to have a daily reminder. I think, you know, throughout the year, there's going to be some good times and there's going to be some bad times. And this allows you to have an anchor onto why. You know what I'm saying? And gain that discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I have learned around discipline, it's the moments when you don't want to do it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the moments that you don't want to do it that really determine how bad you want it. Because now when you get into the vision board, man, we separate who talking about it and who about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I you know what I'm saying? So I think that right there, as you can see, this is really just intentionality coming to practice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So one, it gives you motivation. Two, it helps you to gain that clarity. And clarity, I mean, you think about so many distractions, so many things is grabbing our attention.
Right.
We need clarity. I know I need it.
Right.
You know, on a daily basis. It's a daily reminder. And then lastly, and I think one of the most important, gives you accountability. It gives you accountability. When you see that vision board, there's nothing like when you got to have self-accountability.
Right.
You said you was going to do that.
Right.
You said you needed to go to this place and learn this.
Yeah.
You said. You said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to do one of those, you know, in the mirror talks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you said that. You know what I'm saying? And that is, I think one of the biggest benefits is you have an accountability. You know what I'm saying? You have an accountability like, yeah, I did say that. And the thing about it, and we have talked about this, if you don't have the will, okay.
Right.
Just
it ain't gonna get done.
It ain't gonna get done. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna get done. So I know that's a lot, but I think again, to go back, number one, gives you motivation. Number two, clarity. Number three, is going to help you. It's a daily reminder of what you're doing. Right. And I think that's important. Daily reminder. And then number four, accountability. Yeah. It gives you accountability.
Hey, you said all of that, man, and that was like, it sounds like you're going to have to do a part 2 again after this vision board party, because the doing the vision board is the fun part.
Oh, you know? Come on, talk about it, CD.
The easy part, that's the fun part, but it's I have to revisit and, you know, gather the gang back together again, you know, to make sure people are executing, or, you know, maybe do some, you know, get some people together to talk about what it takes to have that discipline or the will, or, you know, the actual, those fundamentals that it takes to kind of manifest those things. Because I'm all about, you know what I mean? I think that, you know, thoughts become things, and you can bring things into your life by talking about them and thinking about them and doing stuff like that. But at some point in time, you're going to actually have to, you know, tie your shoes up and, you know, go jogging. You know, you're gonna have to
but see, the thing is that when you hold a thought long enough, you see what I'm saying? When you think you hold that thought long enough, you unintentionally start doing the stuff. Yeah, right. Your will directs it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, people focus on the thoughts become things part, but it's like the end result of it is that. Or the ongoing result of it is that you start becoming that. You start doing the things that person does.
And that's the one thing that I saw. This is really my second time, really third time actually doing this. And we did it as a family, and which we're doing it again this Friday. Because I think, again, when you think about a vision board and one having a vision, like, what is your vision? Right. What's your vision for yourself? What is your purpose? What is your why? But I want to also to understand, or this to tell individuals, this also can help set the tone for your family, set the tone for your kids, to allow them to think, you know what I'm saying? What does an A student look like? Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I want to get straight A's, or I want to learn, you know, how to develop my skills in this. How am I going to get there? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you're starting to really be very practical. And that's one thing I saw when I did it. It was, one, I was doing it subconsciously. And then two, it's the intentional, like it was daily. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty much like, when you think about, again, and again, I want to make sure you understand clarity, because again, in this world, in everything that we're doing, from social media, everything is a distraction.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, right? And this vision board, it has helped me to say, oh, this ain't on my board.
Right.
I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not aligning to my vision.
And real quick, that's one thing. Like Bob Proctor, if you guys listen to Bob Proctor, but he mentions a story about Dale Carnegie with Napoleon Hill, and he asked him, like, would he be willing to devote his life to, doing whatever task that he set out for?
Yeah.
Right? And he gave him 20 seconds. He didn't tell him, but he gave him 20 seconds to make a decision.
Yeah.
Right? And so one thing Bob talks about in that story is that once you have a clear vision of what you want to do and who you want to become, you can make decisions like super fast based off of, does it fit my vision or not? If it doesn't fit your vision, cut it. You see what I'm saying?
And that's number 5 of the benefits.
Okay.
Decision making.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like decision making. And I think you hit around the point, like quick decision making. Right. Not like where, and that's the clarity kind of comes in.
Right.
But how you are really making the decision. What process are you taking?
Right.
Because a lot of times, and you'll know as entrepreneurs, sometimes you slow with decision,
opportunity
don't win past.
Right. And that's the thing. He gave him, he said Dale Carnegie in his head was counting down 20 seconds. And he said if he had went over 20 seconds to make the decision, he would have pulled the opportunity from him. And just think about that. The fact that he made that decision, right? The fact that Napoleon Hill made that decision within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Has sparked this whole generation, like generation after generation of Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. And he's inspired. Ain't no telling how many people this dude has inspired from that split second decision of saying, yes, I'll do this with no pay. I think he worked on it for like 25 years with no pay. You see what I'm saying? That split second decision though, but it lined up with his goal. He wanted to learn about success and how to become successful. And he wanted to work, with Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
And so just making that decision, man, has inspired so many people. And that's what these vision boards allow us to do. Allow us to stay focused on the vision, allow us to gain clarity, right? Like you were saying, allow us to be motivated, right? Allow us to have that daily reminder that, we got this goal, we got this purpose that I'm going after, right? And by having that purpose or vision or goal right before you every single day, you start just over time making subconscious decisions that are in line with that vision. And after a while, the thing that I've seen is after a while, it just becomes natural, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah. Totally, bro.
Yeah, I love the lineup that you have too, man. It sounds like it's going to be a well-balanced scenario. Not only is the vision to include, prosperity and I want to be a millionaire, but I also want to be healthy. Yeah. I also want to have good relationships and good, what I mean. I think all of that stuff is important, man. Really excited about the event once again. Balance, man. It's a big part of it. And I think, really just looking forward to it. And like H said earlier, I know we put together, a very nice system that, can help people. I know it's helped me, as we just kind of vetted the process, go through and kind of achieve some, the visions that they put out there, man. So really looking forward to the event.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, how long did we spend working on this? Like, we spent a while, like at a minimum 6 months, probably like 9 months.
No, we began putting it together. Well, not begin, but we were talking about this time last year. Right. We were considering, pitching the whole concept last year, but we didn't, and we just kind of throughout this entire year to kind of put the process together. So, I'm definitely ready to get it out there.
Can y'all provide like a sneak peek, like what people can expect 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Just a quick, what can we expect on January 15th?
So think about this, right? One thing that a lot of people, this is how the whole concept came about, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody, you look online and everybody's like, yo, you can do Airbnbs. And then somebody else is like, yo, you can, become successful doing Turo. Somebody else is like, you can do event spaces. Other people are like, yo, stocks. Other people like crypto. Other people are like, name it, insert hustle here. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Insert hustle here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so you got, Amazon FBA, Amazon ACX, Walmart, bump Amazon, do the Walmart with, do this and, cut grass and, you know what I'm saying? Like do all kind of stuff, sell t-shirts, sell, start a podcast, right? Other stuff don't work. My thing works the best, right? And so that's how the whole concept. And so we at the League of Hustlers, right, was sitting back like, hold on. And then, and mind you, we're interviewing a bunch of these people.
Yeah.
Right? We're interviewing different hustlers that are in different lines of hustling, right? And so we're sitting back like, hold on. All of this stuff works. Excuse my friend. All of this stuff works.
Yeah.
All of it works. If it didn't work, you wouldn't even be considering it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even be looking at that influencer like, yo, maybe I can start an event space. You wouldn't be looking at, whoever else like, yeah, maybe I can hit 100x altcoin, right? And, retire on the island somewhere, right? So what we thought of, what we were seeing is that all of this stuff works. All of it works. The question is, do you have the will? Do you have the desire to work it, whatever it is? Right? And so what we found is that with all of these hustles, there are a certain number of steps, a certain format to follow. And so what we started doing is unraveling that. It's like, okay, with each of these hustles, they had to start at one place. They had to make a decision to hit another place. They had to plan it out. They had to start implementing the steps. They had to manage it. They had to maintain it. You see what I'm saying? So what we did is we created this whole process. Brody, I don't know if you want to say the name. Do we want to put the name out there yet? This is the end of 2021.
January 15th.
January 15th. Register at www.happyhood.com.
Okay, we're gonna put that under tight wraps for right now. But
January 15th.
January 15th.
But it seems, and I like the approach, because as I'm hearing you talk, it's really having that clarity, right? It's like an underlying theme, right? What comes to my mind, what screams out clarity, because to your point, all of these things work. All of these endeavors work.
All of them.
All of them work. However, is getting to the point of how to work them and what works best for you.
Boom. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the part where, and this again is why it's so important. Register at www.happyhood.com. You don't want to miss this, because as entrepreneur or have an aspiration to be an entrepreneur, you got a lot of times you go through, let me try this on. Let me try this on. Let me try this on. Let me try this. That don't fit. And it's like, well, does it really, and you doing this, like 1 week you in event planning masterclass, another week you in Airbnb masterclass,
you went over the government contract
masterclass, and it's like, dude, sis, like if you take a moment, that's why I think again, this will help. And if I have seen a sneak peek, you know what I'm saying? to help you to have somewhat of a design thinking process.
There you go.
A design thinking process of how to get from A to Z.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's oh man, that's worth
this is right now. Yeah, to be honest, it's monumental.
Yeah.
This isn't something we just threw out there and said like, oh, let's just put something together. Like, nah, this what we're creating, this system, if you will, that we're creating, and that we'll give definitely more insight on January 15th. Make sure you register at HAPIHood.com. Wasn't created lightly. This was created off of research. This was created off of experience. This was created very methodically. Yeah. Right. And we just really wanted to leave this almost as like one's life work, like a pivotal, monumental type of thing that you put out there, that you create for the world, that everybody could benefit off of. Everybody could benefit off of. And just coming from that true hustler's spirit and mentality, like I've tried all kind of stuff, right? From early days, you know what I mean? I'm talking like, from even like, middle school, elementary, on to high school, on to college, and we out, on the yard, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Who want what? You know what I mean? Right. Who want what? Shout out to E White Shoes. You know what I'm saying? Bentley, what's up? Yeah. And all the other hustlers, you know what I'm saying, that we ran across, man, we tried all kind of stuff onto corporate level, right? Onto like legit careers, onto startups and stuff like that. And you meet so many people, you work with so many people, and you find that there are certain steps that run consistent. It's certain steps that run consistent with everyone who has become successful, right? We ain't even like brought everybody, to the show that we can like give live examples of. So
you bring in that common denominator. What do they have? The common denominator in all these hustlers.
In all of these hustlers.
You know what I'm saying? What is the common denominator and how they achieved it?
Exactly. Exactly. There are certain steps that everybody, I don't care who you are, has had to go through. And we've identified those. We've put it in the system, and I just can't wait to introduce it to y'all on January 15th. I can't wait for the whole 2022. That's what we're going to be focusing on. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit like, smash like, leave comments if you're excited about it. Hit us up, questions@leagueofhustlers.com.
It's like hashtag hustlers hack.
There you go. For sure.
That's good. Definitely. And when you register, one thing I want to point out, when you go to HAPIHood.com, we want to make this very easy for you. So we already have a template of a vision board that you can use, right? To provide your vision, words, however you want to do it. We already have that template for you. So when you register for the event, you'll be able to have access to that template, as well as be entered in to prizes. We have some prizes from Taylor Executive Coaching. They'll be offering resume reviewing and consultation, as well as gift cards that we'll be issuing out, as well as HAPI Hood gear. Finish what you start. So you definitely don't want to miss this.
League of Hustlers gear.
League of Hustlers. There you go.
This exclusive. We didn't even know people were doing. We can't let nobody outdo us on the giveaways. Hold on.
League of Hustlers.
Flag on the play.
League of Hustlers t-shirt. I was just about to say it and everything. So this is definitely going to be a wonderful, wonderful event that you don't want to miss. January 15th. Register at www.hapihood.com.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait, man. I know how you do. So I know it's going to be a great event. I know that these people, that's an all-star lineup. Yeah. Right? Who was it again?
You have Rebecca Taylor from Taylor Executive Coaching.
Heavy hitter.
You have Yewande and Onu. from Yo Consulting Group.
Heavy hitters.
You have Yasmin Burris from the Healing Podcast. Talking about self-care. And then last but not least, you have Legal Hustlers. You know what I'm saying? CD Barnes and HT to provide you with some entrepreneur tips. So it's definitely I wanted to create something that touches a very broad spectrum of ideas and where people can really engage with. So
gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Got anything else, bro?
Nope. I think we pretty much touched on it all, man. Once again, just excited. We definitely appreciate you inviting us to the event. Definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to sharing, the information that we've been putting together, over the course of 2021, and excited to have the opportunity to network with other like-minded individuals and to be able to kind of start the year off with a vision, so definitely looking forward to that.
Definitely. I think, again, just to, I can't speak on it enough, but I think the shirt says it all, finish what you start.
Yeah.
And as you enter into 2022, take a moment, as we end this reflection period, take a moment and really envision, what do you want 2022 to look like, right? What do you want it to look like? And think about how you're going to get there. Think about the feeling, right? So many times we talk about what we want, but think about the emotion, right? That you want to feel. How does it feel to achieve this? How does it feel to have small wins, right? To gradually get to those things that you set out to do. So you definitely don't want to miss this. This is definitely, to your point, HT, a game changer. We think about the amount of information and content. And let's not forget, this is FREEE.
I know, we're going to have to start charging for this.
This is FREEE.
Seriously, no, hold on, time out. Because this is the thing. One thing with our people is specifically, if it don't cost, we don't put value on it. But you got to understand, we be dropping templates. Go to shop.legahustlers.com, right? You got the vision board gathering that's FREE. Just because it's free does not mean that it's not valuable. We're just doing it for the culture. Just understand that. Understand that, because you go other places and this stuff costs, right? A lot of folks that we rub shoulders with charge for this kind of stuff. And that, honestly, at a certain point, we're gonna start charging for this stuff.
Exactly. That's
and but for right now, like we told y'all before, the stuff is free. But we're gonna have to start charging for this.
It's definitely charging. And when I say charging, it's understanding the amount of information and content.
And time.
You think about HT them, they spent 9 months working on this. So this has been data validated. They did some data validation, you know what I'm saying, with what their research have put in. So when I think about, far as again, HAPI Hood, and why we're doing it here is, one, we want to connect with like-minded individuals like yourself. We want to cultivate. This is an opportunity to cultivate those ideas, purpose, and passion in order to build, communities that center around health, Agape Empowering Institute. So while this is pretty much a offering, a given that we're providing to you, don't get it twisted to where as it grows and as it's evolved. And CD Barnes, I like what you had around. I think we need check-ins. A 6-month check-in on how things are progressing, because
quarterly, bro.
Quarterly. This right here is the fun part. This is the fun part. You sip on some wine, you listen to some great information, you build your stuff. But as the year goes on, and HT Legal Hustle is not there to nudge you. HAPI Hood is not there to nudge you. Others are not there to nudge you.
In the wee hours of the morning. When you sitting there by yourself, you eating them Twinkies, and you ain't supposed to be eating them Twinkies. You supposed to be working on that business plan, and you scrolling TikTok.
So this is definitely is an opportunity to cultivate these ideas and really cultivate this gathering. So definitely be on the lookout on more things. And I'm really grateful for this partnership with League of Hustlers. And this is going to be a dynamic event that you do not want to miss. Again, register at www.hapihood.com. That's spelled HAPIHOOD.
And there you have it. Make sure you get registered January 15th.
January 15th.
Heavy hitters, major release from the League of Hustlers going down. We got giveaways, consulting giveaways. Yeah. We're going to do some consulting giveaways too, right? On this whole system that we're going to release. So make sure you smash like, make sure you subscribe. And that's it. January 15th, man. HAPI Hood, League of Hustlers.
Yes, indeed.
We out.